think, Eddie got caught up in a situation where we signed some guys in the secondary that really played well, and can't keep everybody, so it was a veteran that had to go, but those are never easy.
Zach Evans?
His future is pending. He might stay around in the practice roster, but again, another guy that's played well over the last couple of years for us, but Levi Steinhauer's played pretty well.
How many of these guys do you think are going to stick around? Have you talked to them about it yet?
Yeah, we have. We started those initial talks the last couple of days, but I'd say probably 7 to 8, probably, give or take.
Was keeping Milo over McKnight kind of just experience with the guy you know?
I think there had a lot to do with that. Yeah, our coaches know Chris, and I think Brody's struggled a little bit during camp, but came on a little bit at the end, but not enough to oversee Chris. Plus, with Ricky still around, we'll see where that all goes.
So does that mean Chris will be handling both duties, or will it that be determined?
That's to be determined. They're both on the roster right now, so we'll see how the week goes.
How tough does the day get any easier for you?
No. It's to do 24 guys. Me and Jeremy did most of them, and those are never fun. No, it's tough, but it's part of the business.
Did 4 draft picks make the roster? Is that look like from here?
2 active, 2 on the practice roster, maybe, or 2 or 3 depending how it plays out. But yeah, we've had a good number of them make it, so that's a good sign. I think Corey had a good camp, and Levi just came out of the blue and really played well for us. So 2 made it, so that's always a good thing.
How surprising was Steinhauer?
Pretty surprising, to be honest with you. He just kept getting better as the camp went on, and he snaps well, so he's another insurance policy there. And actually, as a D lineman, he's not bad either. So, and obviously, he'll play some teams for us. So he was a nice surprise for us.
You released both import offensive linemen. Is that one of them might be on the practice roster, or is that?
Likely not, but we're gonna massage that position and see where it goes.
Do you need a backup import lineman, or is that?
That's one of the things we're talking about. Yeah.
Is that a vote of confidence for Ben Heenan at right tackle for now, or are you exploring other options out there?
With anybody, you're always exploring options, but right now Ben would be playing if we had to play today.
What was your assessment of Thursday's game?
Pretty blasé. A lot of things were not probably performed as well as we'd like, but there was a lot of reasons for that. But I think we could have played better, to be fair and honest. But luckily, it didn't cost us 2 points, so we can move on.
Did you think they won the line of scrimmage?
Yes, they did. Both sides of the ball, and that's where we lost the game, really. So they need to be better there.
When you talk about massaging that position, what?
Not talking to you.
Doesn't work.
Tim Duncan really struck. What has to happen, or what might happen over the next week with right tackle? Where does all that stand right now?
Yeah, well, I think Ben will, like I say, be the guy that we go with. But we want to see if we can get a guy, come in and push him a little bit, whether it's an American or a Canadian. But we'll see how the cuts play out and the guys off our neg list and go from there.
With the guys like Ryan Weldman and Spallettini and Moore and stuff, will they be going back to school?
To be determined. We're just working through that. I think. All those names, probably a couple will.
Yeah, Vonk is in that list too.
Vonk, yeah, we're working through their futures as we speak.
What's up with Giroy? Is there any precise diagnosis on that one?
I know he was in for treatment this morning, but I've been a little busy with the other stuff. But from what I sense, it's obviously not a long-term thing. Whether or not he plays the first game, I'm not sure. But we'll see how he does over the next couple of days, and then when we start practicing, we'll see where he's at. But I don't think it's nothing major.
The hamstring or something?
It's a leg, I think, from what I know. Yeah.
Is there a little bit of concern maybe at import receiver after him? There's kind of Greg Carr behind him, and then not much else.
We're still pretty high on Eron Riley. He's still here, and Kier Johnson's coming off his hamstring, so those 2 guys are still in the mix too. So we'll be okay there.
What's the difference to make having a 9-player practice roster compared to 7?
More guys to pick from, with your depth, so it gives you another 2 guys to have as options at different positions. So it helps with your depth, there's no doubt about it. So I think it's a good thing.
Really they have to be both non-imports?
No, basically the easiest rule to go on that is that of the 9, no more than 5 can be Americans. Okay. So you can have 9 Canadians if you want, but just no more than 5 can be Americans. So you can play the 9 however you want.
Do you have to look at stockpiling Canadians now with what's going to happen in December with the dispersal draft?
Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, that's definitely an option in the back of your mind, and I think you got to keep that, as a possibility that could develop as the year goes on, that you might lose a Canadian or 2. So that's definitely something we're thinking about.
So you're starting to think of December already in June?
No, I'm thinking of June 23rd.
Yeah.
With his injury and the new Antonio Coleman and Will Davis, did Mick Williams just kind of get lost in the shuffle?
Mick, just couldn't get going in camp, and he got beat out. Is simply the way I can put it. Just we had guys that just played better.
What did Chris do to maybe to take over from Brody McKnight? Because I don't know how you evaluated him based on just in camp.
Well,
or what was
yeah, when we're up in training camp for 2 weeks, it's not just a relaxed period and then you just go goof off. It's an evaluation. So through that time, Chris did a good job during camp. He missed obviously the 2 field goals in Edmonton, but during camp he was pretty good, and Brody struggled for the most part. So ideally you'd love to have another game or two to make a decision, but you can't. So you just got to go with what you believe.
Do you think Ricky Schmidt could do all three too?
That's a possibility.
A
Yeah.
possibility they're
Mhm.
looking at? Even though he missed his, because then when you look at what happened, you only had like 2 field goal opportunities in the game.
I don't recall him missing one.
Well, the mishandled one. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
he really didn't have a chance to kick one.
And also, I don't know how you evaluate. Would you see what happened? in
Practice.
the-
That's
all
that's all
practice?
you can do is take the 2 weeks of camp and see how he did. He actually kicked field goals during camp a lot better than we thought. So he's an option, but Chris is still here, so we'll see where it goes.
Is Milo going to have a chance to work through any struggles? Maybe be the guy and let him get through whatever he has to get through?
Yeah, and I frankly don't see a lot of struggles coming up for him. He's just got to go out and be who he is, and he'll be fine. His confidence is high, so he just got to go out and kick.
Schmidt seems to have the hang time going and stuff, and Milo seems to have more directional. Is that what you sort of look like looking for in a punter, or what is it more specific than that, or
Just kick the ball, go cover it. I mean, I don't get into all that stuff. Just be the best you can be, and whoever's going to win the job gets the job. But to get all specific and hang time and angling the ball here or there, just go kick it.